For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Kia ora te whānau whānui. Welcome to the 2025 Masters Nationals Championship. Partnership with the Bunnings Warehouse. We see the beautiful backdrop here sitting in the middle of field 1 and 2 of Ngā Punawai. You might be able to hear some beeping. That's hopefully the crew bringing our lunch, Rod.
With a bit of luck.
Joined in commentary with Rod Walker. Done it all when it comes to coaching. One of the top coaches in the country, mentoring now in Counties Manukau. Rod, we've had a great start to the day, haven't we? We've had 2 really good games. That last game was sensational. We thought Hawke's Bay was going to take it away. Then Counties, Willie Mordang almost single-handedly took it back.
Yeah, both games have been great this morning. Certainly looking forward to this one. Bodes well again. But yeah, Willie Mordang, what can you say? He's done most things, and certainly in that game there, he took full control. Managed to bring Counties back and come away with the win.
Now we're up here, Rod. This is our first of the 45 men's live stream games here. It's our third one today. This is day 2. This tournament is a 3-day tournament. Started yesterday. Today is day 2. And I'll tell you what, I'm interested around these team sheets as we see Manawatu, obviously an individual with a lot of success. Wade Sharp, but seeing Hikapini put the boots back on. Long time in the sub box, teaching everyone how to do it. He's actually got the boots on in this one. So I'm really looking forward to see number 5 for Manawatu, Hikapini, with the boots on, getting involved. Yep, there he is in the sub box doing his warm-up, the 30-second one before the game starts. And then on the other side, we've got George Onke. Now, I don't expect to see him playing in this game. George generally just turns up for semis and finals, where he brushes his boots off and then carves everyone up. So
the glamour side, Maya, is that what you're trying to say? He's turning up for the glamour part?
I think everyone knows their role, and that's his role to take over at that end. But, yeah, really excited about this one. 45 men's. Like we said last time, we started off with 30 men's, and I thought the previous game, the one after the 30 men's, was actually probably a little bit quicker. So I'm hoping that this one takes up a notch. Regardless of its speed, the intensity has started straight away with Manawatu getting us underway. 45 men's grade, Auckland v Manawatu, and there we have another start. We nearly had that first touchdown straight away.
Yeah, Robinson there, just missing out. Looking forward to Wade Sharp as well. Back and running, Manawatu. Just trying to run the set out.
Yeah, that's great work there from Auckland. At one stage, they're on the scoreline. They've been able to take Manawatu all the way back to about 20 metres off the scoreline.
Good work there from Auckland. Just looking for the extras. As they say, if you can pinch another 5, it's the way to go clean. Steve Fraunelich, Paul Fisiahi. And yeah, just a couple of the names to look out for here. Mark Tudahope. You see Auckland. Nice little pick-up. Berry. Got plenty of legs on him. Looking for the extras. Defensively, very sound Manawatu. Good start on both teams here.
Yeah, been a really good start, both ends of the field for both teams. I think the interesting thing for those that may not know, everyone tuning in might know this, but even though this is the 45 men's grade, and we have 30s, 40s, 45, 50s, 55, 60s, it doesn't mean that these are the men aged between 45 and 50. Many of these individuals are probably 50, 55, etc. But as we know, Rod, right, you're playing in a club team back home, and you tend to stay with your mates and the teams they play in. So it's not quite an equal economy when it comes to ages. Some of our 45 men's team, a lot of them, we've seen that earlier with the Counties Manukau 30 men's, a lot of them only just creeping into their 30s, up against other teams who could have a lot of players in their 30 men's team who are closer to 40.
Yep, absolutely. And you're right with a lot of these players playing with mates. And to be honest with, it's a hard thing to find is when you've got a lot of mileage together, which is what you want. We see Toot Hope on the ball. Looking for the long. Can they find the extra? Not quite.
Oh, I thought the winger would have been unhappy with that call, just coming in to make the touch, but just turns away, runs back. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I thought it was unfortunately to get that replay on him. Thought he was more about making the touch than he was about playing at the ball. As we see Auckland here just playing for the link. Poor effort. Galaxy man from a long time back. Still strong in and around the Peter Walters era. So they're looking to play the link again. Yeah, it's quite a strong attacking play, especially early in your count. A lot of teams will try and just play the link and see if it can pull the middles over before they start opening up again. This time didn't need it.
Those middles will need to get all their attacking plays in the round robin before George gets back and takes over. So the first touchdown, 1-0. Auckland up against Manawatu. We see here Hikapeni. All eyes on him.
Yeah, nice work there by Auckland. Comms are good. Everyone's on their man and their gates nice and even. Good work, snuffing that one out.
Actually had the privilege of playing with Hika at a multinationals. Wow, that might be in about 20 years ago now, when they were back at Hupu Hupu. Mike Daly was in the team too. I don't think Hika remembers it as a privilege, however, in his retelling of the story. I think stay to reffing might have been the feedback I got. Auckland, though, hot on attack. What happens here? Yeah, it's probably as a result of the last touch there. We see referee Des Yonka.
Yeah, what you will get for Auckland out of Mike Berry is he will run very straight and very quick. Massive ticker on him. So no doubt, look to see him on the ball all the time as we see him playing short here. Good recovery there from Hika.
We've seen a lot of quickies so far, Rod. Is that what we should expect as the age grades go up? That it's probably going to be a little bit more 2-on-2, 1-on-1 type quickie plays as opposed to the backdoor sweeps.
It was certainly that era, where quickies were prevalent, and it's what they know best. Wade Sharp there just defending that one, taking that one away. But it's what they know best. It's what they've practiced. So obviously they go there quite often. I'm sure later in the sets, as we start to warm through things, we'll start seeing the old sweep and bust or peel, depending on what you want to call it.
Interesting little
the game.
pairing, isn't it, there, Rod? Wade Sharp, long-time New Zealand Open mixed player, and Hikapeni, long-time New Zealand Open mixed coach. Actually, I don't even think the eras would have overlapped each other when it comes to the coaching and the playing.
No, they didn't. Wade was a little bit earlier. You see Manawatu coming strong now. Nice drop there by Manawatu. Just looking for the numbers. Almost had it.
As good as touch player as Wade is, you wouldn't have thought he'd be better at anything else. But as a musician, what a talented musician he is.
Absolutely.
Nice lift here from Manawatu. Really like seeing this, not just sending one player up and forcing the error. Again, this comes back to, I guess, a comment I was talking about in the first game. If you expend the energy in the right areas, I think the payoff is a lot better. And for me, that's defensively. If you can shut a team down, and at this grade, everyone probably isn't as fast and probably isn't as fit. If you can make it really difficult for the attacking team to get to their sub-box, then it almost makes it impossible for them to get to the attacking scoreline.
Yep. Nice little work there by Manawatu. Just a quickie, then inside step. Defender couldn't get back in time.
The athleticism in this dive, Rod, that cannot be a 45-year-old man right here. Just see him get the ball and then slides along the ground. Beautiful skill there. Dynamic. I think it was number 1, Glenn McGrath.
Yeah, the Auckland defender probably left out to hang a little bit by his inside middle, not coming to cover him. It's got a little bit loose on it.
1-1. Seems like there's been so much more touch in this game. We only had one touchdown each.
If you look for that little peel, can they deliver and finish?
Oh, I thought he was going to get him. He still calls the touch. That's the importance of the three referees working together well.
That was a change-up, though, Mike. Bringing the peel into it, managing to find it. So you called it.
Oh, I wonder if did that ball get to the ground before it started wobbling?
No, he was definitely short before he got it over there.
I wonder if we can get another look at that replay of that touchdown. I'd love to see if that ball got it there, or if it was the roly-poly touchdown.
I certainly myself, I am a fan of the early dive and slide. So just makes it a lot harder for defenders to get down and make their touch. You see Auckland doing a strong job here of just holding Port effort. Keeping it. You can see some nice lines here defensively. Hickapenny putting the goosey on. Can we see it? There he goes.
Oh, he had them mesmerised with the footwork, and there's the post throwback celebration. Chest out, shoulders back.
We'll have to rename that one. Here we go. The Pukeko step. And he's away. Just finds himself on the outside. Wade Sharp doing well. Just looking for numbers, and they get inside there.
What was really nice was the angle Hicka rung back on, right? If he just ran straight, direct, he would have almost run into the shutter. Ran back towards where the ball was coming from on a beautiful angle, which created that space between himself and the defender.
It's been an even game. Auckland going direct, going hard. Oh, just looking for a little follow. Interesting option. I thought the option might have been out on this left side for Auckland. You see another step again. It's going late. What can they do? Little tips. Not quite there. Mike Berry.
From a coach's perspective, right? You've come through. You spent a lot of time coaching young kids in terms of around that college age into the youth grades, and then a lot of time with the Opens teams. What would it be like a coach in a 45 men's or 50 or 55 men's grade? Is there really much learning happening? Is there really much coaching happening? Or is it trying to stop them from killing each other, keeping them as friendly as possible, and hopefully keeping them on the field?
I call it ensuring that the ship is being rowed in the same direction.
Okay.
That's how I would go with it. A lot of these guys, plenty of experience. They certainly know what to do. It's more a case of just making sure that everyone's on the same page before they kill one another. Ooh, nice touch there by Manawatu.
Yeah, great touch. Had a discipline low, did the number 4 from Auckland, Tony O'Kane. Did not roll the ball. Definitely wasn't on an angle that you're not allowed to.
Glenn McGrath doing a wonderful job here defensively, just staying active.
Ty Benedetto's beautiful pass, isn't he, Ty?
Yep, absolutely. Forward pass there, unfortunately. But, good defence by Manawatu. And there's that man again, McGrath. From Manawatu, liking his work rate.
There's been that individual in all of the games that we've watched so far, hasn't there, Rod? One person that probably doesn't get much of the glory stuff in terms of setting up tries or scoring lots of tries, but
they're the engine, right? And that's in every team. You really need to find at least one, a couple if you can. When things go bad, they're the ones that are always there, just paying a lot of attention to everything and making sure that they you're getting down the field. It's awesome when you can find them. As we see Tuta Hope now starting to set up, getting late in the count, stepping back, trying to find the hole. Phase, he's gone along.
Again, another one of those skills that we don't see too much in the youth grades, in the age grade stuff, is that phase dump. So many times we see opportunities for the phase plant to happen, as we will see it here. But too often it's taken back to the 7-metre line. Excellent work. Again, the experience of these players.
Yep, a little bit harder to find in the Opens because everyone recovers quite well, but certainly youth and masters, the opportunities to run phase are certainly there as the defences collapse, and they tend to collapse pretty hard, exposing the outside. So that one worked well for Auckland. Go up 3-2, 3 minutes on the clock. Nice little bump. Oh, he's picked it off. Does he have the legs?
Does he? What?
Joshua Milner.
What speed? He's looking around. He thought the referee must have called things back. There was just no one within 20 metres of him. Joshua Milner. What pace. We'll see it again in the replay. You talked about a nice little bump play. Thought Manawatu were going to score. Then out of nowhere, the intercept by Milner. Here it is right here. Gets it, and he is gone in a flash. He looks back and he says, what's going on? Where is someone? No one's near me.
You can hear the referee's steps, I think, going, he's coming.
Hear the referee tell him if he does it again, he'll be penalised for offside. Sharp, though. Back on now. They've got
nice
numbers.
Speed to the outside there.
Well defended from Auckland. Good recovery by their link.
And Auckland lifts early and hard again. And Mirror, can we get a hold off it? Nice little bump. Ref's not having a bar of it.
Yeah, the Auckland defender there, backpedaling, probably needed a profile run. He got pretty easily beaten into the end goal, but his teammates mirrored exceptionally well. And second touch, Rod, already all the way up here. Now 3. If you can get to halfway for 3 touches, you're pretty happy.
Yep, to hope. So they need to work this one. They're taking this left side middle. To Hope trying to get in behind. He's found it, looking for the spear, and he's got him.
I'm just not sure with regards to the speed of this Auckland team that I've seen a 45 men's team with such speed. Just watching that set, there's nothing static about it. Everyone's moving forward. Even when you don't have the ball, those people are holding their depth and running onto the ball. It's been impressive here from Auckland. Like the 5-2 is a clear reflection of how they are going in this first half already.
Yeah, I mean, these players, they've played together for a long time now, but I guess, just in this grade 45 men's, Counties Manukau, is near the top, but Auckland and Canterbury are certainly very close behind so far in pool play. But Auckland, they're bringing a lot more speed into the game, which is putting a lot of pressure on the Manawatu defence. Here we go again, just running direct and at it. Searching. Fake that one. Looking for a Hater, gone long.
See the hooter. Hear the hooter, sorry. That brings us first half of the third of our live stream games, the 45 men's grade. Auckland versus Manawatu. There's only 1 touch left. This will be a coach killer for the Manawatu coach, Rod. If Auckland get across here, they're just going to try and create numbers,
nice,
and they have. Unfortunately, concrete feet defence for Manawatu. Really needed to stay tight. Auckland did a great job, and they've extended their lead. Now out to 6-2. We see here on the replay, nothing on. Just unfortunately, no connection. We see the 7 get across for Auckland, and that ends the first half. Now Auckland 6-2 up against Manawatu. We'll be right back after this break.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Kia ora touch whānau, welcome to Quick Hit, your short, sharp and touch relevant warm-up, with the aim of warming up and moving those important body parts before kicking into activity. The Quick Hit warm-up requires minimal space, minimal time, and allows for innovation.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Kia ora and welcome back to the halftime break of the third of our live stream games here at the 2025 Bunnings Warehouse Masters National Championships. Down the bottom there, you'll see the QR code. Now, in the break, you would have seen some ads of recipients of the Home Ground Heroes initiative, which is a partnership between Bunnings, Warehouse and Touch New Zealand. You can see what it meant to them to be able to be acknowledged. They're people who don't really want it, but when they get it, it just is so overwhelming for them. So if you know some heroes that should be acknowledged, and you want to get them in to have an opportunity for $5,000 prize money, if they are lucky enough to get one of the 5 Home Ground Heroes prize packs, then scan that QR code when it pops up throughout the day and nominate that person from your region. 6-2, Rod, half-time of this one. Auckland, they're almost been flawless in terms of the way they've played on attack. Defensively, going good. Scores a pretty clear reflection of their dominance in that first half, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a team they've been together for a long time now, and certainly sprinkled with New Zealand Masters players, and they're starting to show it. As we see Mike Berry now just bringing the ball through. But they also are a team that's very fit too. So you can always see them at the back end of each half. They'll come and look for it. As we see, a nice little digging in deep there, nice into the back. Hikapeni just picking that one off, 0 count.
He's got his arm facing the wrong way. I think that's confusing Hika a little bit there. But they get their penalty. The Masters grades. It's normally a grade we do all right in the World Cup. We obviously had the World Cup last year and we didn't. If you were to sort of search through that hard drive in your head, going through all that software, what's some of your thoughts on why you think it didn't happen this time?
Oh, I've certainly heard a lot of stories, but it's always hard to tell. And the Australians are very good right across the park, and you have to be on top of your game in order to come away with success. But I do know one thing that the Australians are very good at with their Masters is in general, they will select players that are right on the verge. So if it's over 35s, then a lot of their players will be 35 or around thereabouts. So they physically, that they're already fit and up for the game. As we see Tuta Hope just picking, nice little bump on. Hail Mary, was it forward?
Auckland go across for the first touchdown in the second half, and they're 7th for this game. Nice work there. We see it in the replay. Again, it's just the speed that they're playing at. They're coming at Manawatu the whole time. Manawatu don't get an opportunity to get set. Once they start their set, Auckland, Manawatu just rolling on the back foot. Makes it so hard to adjust on the fly. Great work again there from Auckland. Now, these two teams' results so far up to here, this is their 4th game, 3 prior to this one. Auckland having had 2 wins and a loss, and Manawatu, unfortunately, only having the 1 win and the 2 losses. Sweet play to this right-hand side, come back, phased up, quick pass till they get it out to this winger. Oh, much better there from Manawatu, but well done, Auckland.
Yep, Auckland working hard. The middles are working hard there. Steve Frondlich moving up and back as often as he can, as quickly as he can. So defensively, Auckland very tight, staying connected. As we see again, Frondlich stepping up, maybe out of zone a little bit, but holding it, and there he goes.
Seeing referee waving his arms, he is offside. Not too much argument from the Auckland defence. 3rd touch from Manawatu. It's a great hit back for them. We see Sharp involved. Nice little quickie play, and just listen to the ref. Number 12 for Auckland. Offside. Stephen, the number 12. Right, I want to press you a little bit more in terms of what we're talking about on the World Cup. So I talked about the New Zealand teams, and you went on to the Australian teams, and basically your point was around that they're really close to the age bracket. Does that mean that we don't select like that way? Does that mean that our teams are, like we talk about this Auckland team, where we're in the 45 grade and some of them might be 55, 60? Is it, do our teams, like our provincial teams, do they tend to stick together so that New Zealand 45 team becomes the 50 team, becomes the 55 team?
Oh, I think it's more in and around combinations. I think more as opposed to the age thing for us. And whilst Australia has that, they definitely understand the advantage of selecting kind of younger players that are closer to it, as opposed to players that are kind of on the top end of that grade, which certainly helps them a lot. That being said, obviously in the past, New Zealand have been really good in the Masters arena. It just didn't really quite happen for them at the last World Cup, unfortunately.
See Auckland going across for the 8th touchdown. That's why you're talking. They're manipulating this Manawatu defence left and right. But again, nothing static, still moving. They created that space there. Unfortunately, lifted up a little bit too early, did Mike Nicklin for Manawatu. He's made a number of great shots this time, though. Too quick.
Jason Broughton here doing a wonderful job just controlling the situation. But you can see Auckland defensively very, very active. Let's see, as we can doing a lot of pointing to the referee, trying to get the referee to pull defenders out of the line. Auckland having none of it. Yeah, Tutu Hope getting caught in the line there.
Sharp was instrumental in their touchdown in their previous touchdown again. In that key spot, another quickie play. We've seen a lot of quickies in this game so far by both teams. But the attack, you look at Auckland, while they're doing quickies, they're going left and then coming back to the right. So they're moving the defence horizontally, whereas Manawatu is very much the two of these guys and quite central in the team, so there's not much movement from the defence.
Having said that, they turned straight away and ran a hater on you, just to prove you wrong. But, a lot of the times, just in terms of team sequences, they'll do things like they'll play 2 quickies and before running a hater on it. But at the moment, certainly a little bit more variety in and around Auckland's attack. Auckland, I guess, more concerned with trying to collapse the defence as opposed to play man-on-man attack.
Whole time of that set, you just see the whole Auckland team in forward motion. No one just on their heels. Now, admittedly, yes, they are coming from one end of the field to the other, but I hope they prove me right here. Even in this space, we don't tend to see them do exactly what they're doing right now. There's been a lot more ball movement with which they come into things. Oh, missed opportunity. They just got a penalty and then sloppy turnover. Mental error there from Auckland.
Yep, early in the count. Again, just heading to a link play, which is always a good option, I guess. Just not quite executing all that well as we see Auckland working hard. I think that's the third touch there. They've managed to lock Manawatu in. Oh, and that was the 4th touch. There's the 5th there. So very good defence by Auckland. So Auckland just working their way through, waiting for their players to transition on. We see Berry coming into action shortly. So Jason Broughton, he was the architect of the last play. Broughton on the ball again.
Yeah, I really like the way Broughton plays. He's one of those real key link players in a team.
Last touch, look for the Leighton Latch. Good lift there by Manawatu.
Yeah, great work, Andrew John, number 10 for Manawatu. A little bit stop-startish this game the last couple of minutes, right? A couple of sort of unforced errors by both teams.
Yeah, getting into that grind point of each half. And I guess we saw it in the first game too, around this mark when the errors started to creep in a little bit. Lungs start to burn.
He's been really good for the game, hasn't he? The number 8 for Auckland.
Yeah,
Mike Berry.
Mike Berry. He's got plenty of energy. That's for sure. Mark Boyton just directing his troops around the park. He knows what he wants. Giving it back. No, faking that, looking for the follow.
Haven't seen the old winger reverse step for a while. I'm sure we're going to see it more over the course of this weekend, and I'm sure we'll actually see it work too. Ooh, looks like it might have been a bit of space there, but it wasn't. Manawatu done a great job again to defend Auckland. Creeping into the last 6 minutes of this one. A little bit more in the ruck, a little bit of push after the touch. It's been played in pretty good spirit so far. We're used to seeing a lot more of the extras than what we would normally see at other nationals, aren't we, Rod?
Yeah, and it's certainly the one aspect of the Masters that I do like. They go hard while they're on the field, but, at the end of the games, when, you hear a lot of laughter and everyone, they get on, doesn't matter what province they're from. So it's a part of the Masters that's always been, a great part to belong to.
Manawatu with a couple of touches up their sleeve. Just trying to really pull the Auckland defence up.
Seems to be there's quite a few referees on the field, Maya. I'm just not sure what's going on.
I think the higher the grade level in terms of age, I'm sure the more and more referees there will be. At least Tick is refereeing from out in the middle now rather than from the sub box. And saying that, however, I tell you what, he was definitely one of the best coaches to referee. Always asking questions and genuinely asking questions as opposed to making statements. And you always tend to find yourself giving your ear to a coach like that. So he was a great coach to be a referee in.
A little bit of heat in this game, getting a little bit testy last 5 minutes. Everything's happening here. I don't think there's been... Oh, there's the first play that hasn't ended up on the ground in this set. So that's wonderful. We're at the third touch now. And see Auckland just bringing their players on. It's got a little bit too fancy there. Auckland, at some stage, one of these teams just needs to settle down and get forward.
Yeah, Auckland, their structure was just, it was excellent. Now, 8 touchdowns, that's where it come from. They seem to have gone away from this, a little bit more ball playing and a little less direct touch. So, to settle back into their pattern, and they're in no risk probably of losing this game at this stage, Rod, but they will want to finish well.
Yeah, I think they've been a little bit guilty of... worried about what's being dished out to them and trying to give it back as opposed to just getting on with the game.
Yeah.
So as we see them now, let's see if they can try and tidy this up and just get forward and complete a set, which is what they're going to need to do just to get back into the game again.
Going back to the referees, you made a comment at breakfast this morning with regards to now having a lot more awareness with your daughter Savannah involved in the referee sector, I guess, now of the sport. You've gained a real new perspective or a different perspective than what you had, and I just wondered if you could share that.
Yeah, I guess as coaches, we look at the game a certain way, and certainly how what calls have been made and how they adjudicate those. And being in and around the refs, it's been a good, I guess, lesson or study into just what it is they're looking at as we see Auckland going over for their 9th. But just how a referee sees the game, how they perceive it, and it gives you a lot clearer understanding of what it is they're looking at. So, and I guess the biggest thing for me is where there are a lot of 50-50 calls, what I would call 50-50 calls coaching-wise, when you understand how the referees are looking at it, it makes a lot more sense now as to why they ruled that the way they do. So, on that understanding, it certainly makes it a lot, I guess, easier as a coach now. Not so much to see what you can get away with, but to understand how now, to best apply different plays or defensive techniques to things. I guess is the best way to explain it, Mark.
It seems like a really significant learning and understanding it, and it seems like we're missing that opportunity. You coached the New Zealand teams for a long, long time, or in some capacity, which way, shape, or form. So to be finding it out now seems like a lot of missed opportunities, and maybe that's a key part of to take our game to the next level, that we have better connections with our referees and our coaches, I guess, first and foremost, and then maybe with our players. So we are understanding the pitches that we're looking at and the things that we're trying to achieve in a game. Yeah,
and I guess a lot of that too comes down to, I guess, what you intend to get out of that conversation, whether you're actually talking at the ref or whether you're talking to the ref, right? And they're totally two different approaches. So you're right in terms of I think there's a lot more that can be done in and around our coaches, talking with referees or referee coaches, just to get an understanding of how they see these situations, and therefore, the coach therefore understanding, okay, now, this is how we could play this, or this is how we could work it. So it's certainly, I've always suspected, that there were a lot of learnings there, and I think, for me, there's certainly still a lot more to go, and across New Zealand, I think that it's a space that we need to put a lot more time into.
We've just gone into the last 30 seconds of the third live stream game for day 2 of the Nationals. The first day of our live stream broadcast, though. Auckland in complete control of this game from the outset. 9-3 up against Manawatu. Manawatu done well in the second half, really stemmed the flow, the dominance, the absolute control Auckland had of this game, and done well. I'm sure they'll be disappointed not to get the spoils. However, we see it come there to an end. 9-3 Auckland victors over Manawatu. We now take a break for an hour. We'll be back with our next live stream game, which will be on at 1:40. So get yourself a kaina inu and tune right back in for the next of our live stream games, which will be in the 50 men's grade, and it will be Canterbury versus Otago. See you then.